How to be a successful learner? As people set about to learn, it is necessary to study hard. However, it doesn't mean that everyone who is earnest will absolutely learn in the most efficient way. That's why some students study hard but never make progress in their studies. So, what does it take for students to do it? Take a look at the following steps below. You can't do everything at once, but if you keep adding a little progress every day, over time you will have built a whole new set of habits and self-disciplines. Remember, anything valuable takes time. There are no overnight successes. It took me years to learn and implement all of the principles in this book. I have mastered some and I am still working on mastering this. This is the last book that I have read before this presentation from Jack Canfield, My Success Principle. You should read some books. To be a successful learner, I need to know and understand what I am learning. Know why I am learning. Be involved in reviewing and improving my learning. Have time. Ask questions and know what could learn next. Understand how I learn. Have fun and enjoy my learning. Know how to improve. Know when and how I have been successful. Feel safe and feel that I can. Learn with other learners. Have new and varied experiences. This is a block for you to learn. Don't remove any one of this block. We have to keep all it the same. Review and go through a new lesson before class. Pay attention to what is said in class and take mental and written notes. Whenever you take notes, you should not only use your hands but also use your brain. You should keep yourself brainstorming. Ask questions. This is most basic way to learn. Do not be ashamed or afraid to ask questions. There are no stupid questions, as the saying goes. Those who ask may be fooled for 5 minutes, but those who don't will be a fool forever. Review what you learn after class. If necessary, work at it until you know the required work by heart. Underline sections of your notes or portions of your text that you don't understand well, so you can raise your problems and discuss them with your classmates and teachers in class. Make use of resources online, finding what you need to replenish and reinforce your learning, and make real-world connection with your courses. Do the homework your teacher assigns and turn it on time. Lead a healthy lifestyle. Have good sleeping habits and eat vegetables and fruits as often as possible. This way you can be in shape and have more energy to learn, because you need to study every day. Put what you learn into real life practice. It is not only the most important part, but also continues the process of learning. The top 10 habits of successful learners. Number 1, they ask questions. I call the video teacher training series I recorded. Did they ask a good question today? I got the answer from a quote by one of the Nobel Prize winners. When asked how he had become such a successful scientist, his answer was, "Whenever I got home from school, my mother always asked me, 'Did you ask a good question?'" What a motivation factor. Good learners always ask questions. Make sure you raise your hand before asking questions. Number 2, they think about the way they learn. It means that a student is aware that there are different learning techniques and learning styles, and consistently evaluates what works best for her or him. She or he will ask, "What approach should I use here?" Whatever you learn, you need to think how you are going to understand it. The level of understanding is different from one another. Even though teacher is one-time speaker for everyone, that different with the students because of their understanding level. Number 3, they know how to evaluate their own work. Once they assess themselves as below their personal best, the question then becomes, what do I need to do in order to do this better? That enables you to give actionable feedback, which we know is at the heart of good teaching. After each and every session, you learn it's your turn to evaluate your understanding. Ask question if you didn't understand what teacher or lecturer said. Don't be afraid to ask question. Number 4, they learn the same topic in more than one way. This is the most important part when you are learning. The more regions of the brain that store data about a subject, the more interconnection there is. This means students will have more opportunities to pull up all of those related bits of data from their multiple storage areas in response to a single cue. This cross-referencing of data means we have learned rather than just memorize. Brain-based learning, we call BBL. There is one more method, we call it IBL, inquiry-based learning. If you wish to learn these skills, also we can teach. The task is often to work in groups to prepare a summary. While they are doing this, the teacher can walk around and use the conversation to assess how well the topic is understood. So it can put right any misconceptions before they are internalized as errors in understanding. Number 5, they work together and they teach others. The best way to learn is to teach. Try this. As long ago as Roman times, we have known that to check whether you really understand something, you teach it to someone else. Because as a teacher, you know that in order to teach someone else, you need to organize the topic logically and find various ways to make it clear. The result is better understanding, and research shows better test scores for both the tutor and tutee. It's also enjoyable for both parties and brings a positive emotion into the relationship as the student doing the teaching feels responsible and subsequently pride when the other students succeed. Number 6, they link as they learn. When he or she learns something new, a skillful learner will always find a way to connect it to what he already knows. So you don't learn a topic in isolation. It needs to fit in to what you already know in order to make sense and be understood and consolidated into the memory. Something new becomes easier to understand when you can compare it with something familiar. An electron whistles around the nucleus is easier to visualize if it's compared to a planet revolving around the sun, like this. Number 7, they constantly quiz and test themselves. This strategy was confirmed as highly successful students. Hundreds of studies have demonstrated that retrieval practice is better at improving retention than almost any other learning or revision method, including students' most usual study strategies such as highlighting and rereading their notes and textbooks, which a recent review found to be among the least effective. Number 8, they view mistakes as feedback, not failure. Feedback is very good for learning. One of the top 3 most effective teaching strategies skillful learners will ask themselves, what was my mistake and why did I make it? What is working well and what could be better? What can I do to stop making this mistake in the future? Is this a pattern of mistakes? No, these all are feedback questions. Number 9, they are reflective learners. When the teacher hands back a graded test to a student, along with it comes a piece of paper, literally wrapped around the test itself. On this paper is a list of questions and a short exercise that students are expected to complete and hand back. The examinations are done in order to know what students learn from them. This is why teachers do exam. What students learn, they need to understand through a paper. Number 10, they have clear objectives and take responsibility. One of the most helpful things a teacher can do is to be very precise when setting a task on exactly what she or he is looking for. Setting very clear goals and success criteria, as I have illustrated above, the student has a clear target of what is expected and can assess themselves. The driving idea is that students feel a stronger sense of ownership over their education if they decide what they want to learn, how they are going to learn it, and why they need to learn it to achieve their personal goal. This is the best way to achieve your goals. Review and reread again all of this mentioned as 10 tools. Conclusion. In today's fast moving world, what you know can all too quickly become out of date, whereas knowing how to learn is a skill for life. When a student understands that part of his or her work in the classroom is acquiring the learning skills to tackle any challenge when she reaches the workplace and in school, topic becomes relevant. Be a self-learner and try as much as can. Practice makes perfect. Good luck. Stay with us. Learn how to learn.